All right, first up, St. James's Park. It's been Newcastle at home to Tottenham. Johnny, starting with you here, we see Tottenham got the big hitters back. They're kind of on that push for top four now. They've overlapped Aston Villa into top four with a game in hand as well. This could be a tricky game for them at St. James's Park, depending on which Newcastle team turn up.
Absolutely. Well, we felt Spurs would probably slide in there at some stage, and now that they have done with that game in hand is massive, massive for this stage of the season with 7 games left, six in some teams' cases.
Yeah.
A huge game. But Tottenham have a few big games. They still have to play the
Do
top three,
yeah. They have to play,
and
yeah.
and of
That
course,
City game needs to be decided on a date. But yeah, they have Liverpool and they have Arsenal as well, and a couple of other
yeah.
tough games in there as well.
So definitely, so it is one of those things where okay, you're going away to St James's Park, and we've seen James's Park this season either being fantastic atmosphere or dead and
Yeah.
really poor. And literally how Newcastle have been this season. So Spurs we look at no matter what Newcastle we get, we have to win because we're not sure we can't depend on okay, you like top five will get you Champions League. You still want to finish as high up as possible.
Yeah,
You don't want to
definitely.
say, yeah, we slide off into fifth. You want to finish as high as possible,
Yeah.
especially for Spurs. So I would say they would be expecting to beat Newcastle. Newcastle with a good result as well themselves, but two up and down the season, no real form being put together by them.
Yeah. But Sheen, I actually forgot about this result, but last season, this fixture, Newcastle won 6-1 against Spurs.
I was going to bring
Um,
that up.
That was
I
crazy. They were
don't,
4-0 up at
I
half an hour.
don't see it happening again, to be honest.
No, I don't either. No, I think Spurs are back on a good run. Some unlikely goal scorers there. The last day with Pedro Porro getting a good goal and Mickey van der Ven with his second goal of the season.
Screamer
It's
as
a
well.
cracking goal, absolute screamer. But just with this Postecoglou team, we've praised them a lot this season. They're very organised. They're very forward thinking. They play with a high press. Defensively as well, their backline is pushed forward quite a lot, which when Van der Ven is in the team, it benefits them hugely. Newcastle still have a lot of injuries. They had some guys coming back. Harvey Barnes back is good for them, of course. Gordon back from suspension the last game.
Hmm.
Didn't do much,
Yeah.
but it's good to have him. Isak um, is back within the goals over the last few
Yeah,
games.
he's
He's performing
unbelievable, man.
well,
He's playing
you
unreal.
know. So, and Bruno Guimaraes is his kind of he had dipped for a while. His form seems to be coming back up. Their backline has been severely disintegrated, no more than a lot of other teams,
Other
especially
teams,
my
yeah.
own. But uh, there's a Newcastle last season and there's a Newcastle this season, no more than there is a Spurs of last season and this season. They're completely contrast in terms of where Newcastle were this year was what Spurs are this year. And then what Spurs were last year, Newcastle is this year. So I think this will be a good game, but I think this time around there's revenge on the mind of Spurs as well. We have to remember, and those players will be hurting who played last year.
Definitely, sure. We'll jump in prediction, so I should start with you.
Oh, I'm gonna go with the 3-1 Spurs.
Johnny?
I said 2-1 Spurs.
Doing Spurs. It's hard to know now which team turns up really because Tottenham haven't really been in fantastic form either. I mean, they've
Mm.
only one loss in the last like 6 games, I think it is. But yeah, I think probably Spurs notch it probably 2-1, I'll say 2-1.